for watching Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and on today's video, we're going to set up a VM virtual network. Enjoy. All right, we're back. So, I basically had to redo my whole operating system on my laptop. So I decided I'm gonna make a video that shows you how to set up this virtual environment that I use for basically all my books, right? And I got it from this ethical hacking book series. Now, if you look at my previous videos in if you look at my previous videos in whoa, what was that? A second. If you look at my previous videos in the ethical hacking book series, I have how I troubleshot this, right? Because the book is a little bit outdated and it's a little different now for um, the hypervisor it's using is VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is a little different now, and the way it's set up is a little different now, right? So I have videos 1, 2, and 3 or something showing you how I troubleshot that. Okay, if you're interested in that. But this video is supposed to be the video where I'm going to give you all the answers on how to set it up without having to troubleshoot it and figure it all out in a video. So this video should get you running faster and get you following my videos or get you following your own books. But this will help you set up your own little hacking network and minus all the troubleshooting, okay? Because it's been done for you. The only thing is, I'm going to basically run you the prereqs, okay? So some of the prereqs before you do this is you have to have Visual Studio Community downloaded, right? Because and Visual Studio Community, you just type in Visual Studio Community, right? So just say Visual Studio Community, right? And I always like to go over here on the right because Visual Studio Microsoft.com, because some of these other stuff they pull up might be malicious. You usually have a better chance if you look on the right side of that. And you always want to make sure the link is safe. So HTTPS. Now we can even go here and this thing right here. We can view the site information. Connection is secure. Cookies, just so you can close this. All right, just so you can verify that you're not downloading malicious stuff. Now I've already signed in and redid this, okay, but I don't have to put this in the video. It just makes the video extra long. You can come in here and go to that website and then look for the community edition, right? And so it's going to be here and it says right here, right? And then you just download that and install it. For now, just so you can have, and then when you're installing this, you need to get the click. It's going to give you options, right, to click on it. And there's videos I'm sure you can watch, but there's going to give you options on what to add, right? And you want to add like the developer C++, C Sharp, .NET stuff. And like there'll be a box here, whatever, a bunch of little boxes, and you can look through and click on that one, right, to download the .NET C++ stuff. That way you can download, because it needs those libraries, your programming libraries, right? Once you have this downloaded, I would download Visual Studio Code too, because that's an awesome one too, and it's free. It's free too. So do the Community Edition, and Visual Studio Code is free. Okay, and so don't pay for anything. You could, if they ask you to pay for something that's not the community. I mean, you have to pay for professional. You have to pay for this one, but they're usually the community ones are free. So the community, and this one has a community too, I think. Um, System installer, 64-bit, right? I think it's free too. So once you get that downloaded, okay, that's a prerequisite. You have to have that downloaded. It tells you, okay. Once you have that downloaded, let's see. I downloaded PyCharm from JetBrains. I downloaded that because I like PyCharm for Python. It's awesome. So I'm re-downloading all my IDEs. If you don't know what an IDE is, you need to Google that. Just like I always say, that's not what this video is about. It's just something where it's a IDE, so it's like an environment, okay, that you can write programming language in, and so that's what Visual Studio is. So I'm downloading mine still, right? So we're gonna wait for this to download. But my Visual Studio community is basically an environment box that you can write different code in. And there's packages that, I installed the Python package and stuff, but I like PyCharm better though. So now going back to this, download the VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox is what's going to house all these different little virtual machines that we're going to hack. Right? It's basically an environment in itself too. Okay, it's called a hypervisor. So this VirtualBox, you gotta have when you try to install it. Um, I'm going to click out of this actually. It's going to tell you need to have the Visual Studio packages installed for C++. And you might as well just download the Visual Studio community, and then that puts all that stuff on your laptop, and then you can download this hypervisor. Okay. So what we're gonna build this little network, and you can use this little network, like I said, for everything. You can use multiple books. You can use this little network for your Python 101. You can use it for your Kali Linux. It's going to come with the Hacker Box Kali Linux, where you can do command line, Linux basics, hacking. Kali Linux tools are going to be in that virtual machine. Any book you can practice with this little network that we're going to build. Okay. Um, right now. So this is going to be a good video if you guys want to build your own little network. You want to know how. Can't get yours running because you got to troubleshoot everything. Nothing works. Um, this is going to help you. Okay, so like I said, the prerequisite is your Visual Studio Community Edition. Google it. Get the free version installed. After you install it, then follow the next steps on this video. Okay, I'm going to pause this for now. All right, so this is what the network's gonna look like minus this one. So we're gonna download the router and these two, your hacker machine, your victim, and then another victim server. And this is stuff you can play with, right? It's all gonna be on your hypervisor or the virtual box. Okay, it says go here so you can pause it. Go to https virtualbox.org or www.virtualbox.org, and that's where you're going to download your VirtualBox. Now, I already have mine downloaded, but if you're running on a Windows, you click on this one. If you're running on a Mac, you do this one, and then I'm sure you're not running on any of these, but if you're running on Linux, then you already know how to do all this. Make sure this is safe up here. Connection is secure. HTTPS, not HTTP, or else you could be hacked, right? So this is all legit, came out of the book, but you got to make sure anyways. So you I'm going to click on Windows host because I got a Windows laptop where I'm downloading this on, not Mac. or Linux. Once that download hits here, you know how to run a download on Windows, I'm sure. You just double click it. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna come here, go to my downloads, and I just downloaded all this stuff, but it's this one. Yes. And it should work now, right? Yeah, so it's downloading. You just keep clicking next. Okay. Wait for that sucker to install. And that's going to be your. Now, they call it a hypervisor, and it's because it's called a hypervisor. It's literally what it's called, a virtual box. It's going to hold all your virtual machines in it. All right, so after it installs, you got to open it up, and it's going to look like this. So it's your little Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Now everything should install right. If you have your Visual Studio installed, and like I said, it's free, so get on there, install that first. Then you should be able to download and install this, and this is how it's going to look when you open it up. Okay. I actually had the old version of this XE file, so when I opened this right now, it had all my virtual machines in here. But I just deleted them because I'm going to start all over, and we're going to do them from scratch, and which is fine because I mean I'm going to make this video for everybody, so I already had planned on doing it, so might as well do it, right? Start fresh. So we're going to follow the book, and once we got that, we can close that. Okay, so now we're going to set up the pfSense firewall. Okay, it's a router / firewall that helps protect virtual machines. So I'm not going to read this. We're just going to set it up. Okay, first you can download it here, right? pfsense.org. Now I already have this downloaded, but this says choose the AMD 64 ISO installer. Right? So it's going to look like this. AM64 IO installer and the closest to you, right? So we're going to go here. We're going to select the AMD 64. We're going to do the DVD image ISO installer. And right here, Austin, Texas is the closest one. And then you download. It's going to download your ISO image, okay? That's what it says. So if if I'm going too fast, pause it. And then you can look at this, and when you go to www.pfsense.org/download, like I said, you can pause this, go to this website, right, if you can see it. Okay, and then you fill this out. This should fill out just like that. AMD 64, DVD image ISO installer, Austin, Texas, or wherever. This is going to be different on yours, but you pick the one that's closest to you. Okay? The state or country is closest to you. Alright, that's simple enough. I already got that downloaded though. So now we're going to unzip the file. So you got to unzip it. So you have to have, it says gun zip, but you can have 7-zip, any kind of unzip, right? So this one says that you can do gun zip, but I use 7-zip. If you don't know how to unzip a file, okay, go to your downloads, and when you download that ISO image, you're gonna right click on it, and you're gonna go to show more. See, and I have 7-zip, right? Zipped. Let me go to a zipped file. Okay. Go to one that's zipped. So here's the zip file. So actually, I think that's the file. I'm gonna extract. Oh wait, wait. Show more. Man, I don't have 7-zip. Well, I can extract all, and then it lets me extract it there. You press extract, it'll extract it all here. Um, oh yeah, I probably don't have 7-zip right now because I had to reinstall it. So yeah, you can just go up here. 7-zip download. HTTPS. Look up my website. Connection is secure. Which you, really doesn't mean nothing, anyways. 7-zip installer for Windows. Windows 64. It's going to be this top one. So I'm going to download this. All right. So it's a www.7zip.org. 7-zip. That's my favorite. I like it. Then I'll come here and that ISO image that I downloaded. Oh, what am I doing? See, now I got my 7-zip right here. I can extract files here. Wherever you want. What I recommend is you go to your documents, okay? And you create a virtual machines folder in your documents, right? Then when you download this image with your downloads, cut it out of there or copy it out of there, and then paste it in your virtual machines folder. Then you go and you right click on it, right? It's going to look like that. It'll look a little zip on it. And you use 7-zip. So yeah, show more options, 7-zip, and then extract files. Extract here. And it'll open that. Okay, I've already got it open and extracted, but you gotta have 7-zip. Little things, little stupid things. Okay, now we got 7-zip or something to unzip that. This one says gun zip. Now we're gonna open up the ISO image and all that. So I'm gonna set up this firewall. Here comes the hard part. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna make it look like this. This one says use a FreeBSD version. So I'm going to say tools install. Man. So we're gonna add. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to your machine. We're gonna say new, not add, okay? We're gonna say machine new. We're gonna make this a PF, we're gonna make this a firewall, so we're gonna just put firewall. I'm gonna call it firewall. And then we could put, you can put whatever you want, but what I would recommend you do is you type in exactly like this: PF Sense Firewall. As you're following from this book, it's going to reference it PF Sense Firewall. I know it's a firewall, so I'm going to just call it firewall. Okay, now it's going to look for in this directory for VirtualBox VMs, which is fine. Leave that. Now we're going to select the image, and we come here, and I'm going to go to Other, right? Because mine is in my virtual machine. And here's the PF Sense ISO. See ISO image, and that's mine. It's going to show on there once you extract it with the 7-zip. It'll show that. Open. Okay, now it says to use the BSD on this type. So BSD, then version free BSD. So free BSD 32-bit. No, we want the free BSD 64-bit. If you got an old computer, you might have 32-bit. You need to check your settings. If it says check your on your computer, you can check to see if it's a 64-bit or 32-bit. If you don't know how to do that, Google it. I'm sure it's going to be a 64-bit if your computer is kind of newer. Okay. So next, wish I didn't put that there. All right. So it says you need at least 1,000 megabytes. We have that. Create virtual hard disk. Select VDI VirtualBox disk image. So it's got that. Now this doesn't tell you about the CPUs, but this is where the troubleshooting came in on the last videos. Your firewall has to have 2 CPUs. So you need 2 of these. So click 2. So not 1 CPU, 2. And then in order for this to work, this has to have at least what is it, 6,000 megabytes. I don't know why it has such a low RAM or whatever, but it won't even. You can't even create this unless you have at least 6,000 RAM, 5,000 RAM. So that's fine right there. Give it 6,000 megabytes. So you got to move this up to at least 6,000 megabytes. Okay? Or else it won't even function. It's saying that it doesn't need much, but it won't even create. And then when you do, it won't open up. It'll give you a bunch of problems. And then this at 1 CPU will do the same thing. So you got to you got to make these values different from the book. So the book says, low 1,024 megabytes, and select this. Now I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back. We'll probably have to come back to this, but I'm pretty sure I just set mine because I can't find that VMD file. So set the base memory to 6,000, CPUs to 2. Press next. Okay. Now we're gonna create this. We're gonna put this down to 5 gigabytes. Let's do 8 gigabytes. I mean, you could leave depending on how much gigabytes you have. Okay. If you're working with a machine that's low gigabytes, put low. I got a ton of gigabytes on mine, so I'm gonna leave mine at 16. Okay, but you want to probably do yours at 5, or you could leave it at 16 if you got a ton. We're not gonna use this existing hard disk. We're just gonna create it. Okay. Go to next. Everything looks good. Finish. All right, look. So now it's created. Whether it works or not, we're gonna have to see. All right, so now we're gonna set up the internal network off of this, right? And we're gonna we are going to um, see, this part is all obsolete because we selected the ISO image um, beforehand. That's what's new about it, right? But this part isn't. So we're gonna delete this. Okay. So we're gonna set this up. So now we've got our firewall in there. We're gonna click settings. You're gonna go to your basic. You're gonna look at this. It's the 64-bit. You're gonna go to your system. It's got that much memory. Floppy. We're gonna look at the boot sequence, and that seems right. Floppy optical and hard drive. PX3 mouse and enable PX. We're gonna enable hardware clock UTC time. So I'm gonna click on that just because. Boot up right. Processors is 2. On this, we're gonna enable PX. So we're gonna enable PAE/NX on this, okay? On your processors. That's very important, or else it won't start. This clock too. I don't know if it'll start, but I put that because I want you to put the universal time. Displays doesn't matter. Storage, we're going to come back in here and do some stuff here. Now, network. Now, this is the most important part. So, your network, we're going to enable network 1, right? I'm going to come here, I'm going to do bridged. Okay, that's my network. Now, you're going to have an option for your network. That's mine. Okay, so you're just gonna click on the first one you have, or you got to look this up in your computer and see what the name of your network is, see if that's right. Your adapter type should pull up automatically. Don't mess with that. And we're going to allow all. Okay, since it's your little network, you're going to allow everything in your little network to go in. This right here, you leave it on cable connected. It has to be cable connected. Okay. Your adapter 2. All right, let's press OK and then we'll come back. Yeah, so we'll go back into here. Network. Your adapter 2, enable network adapter. We're going to do the internal network. And this says that, to name it. So the name is just going to be in it. Let me see if I did that right. We're going to allow all cable connected. Press OK. Now let's see if I did that right. So all right. So that's good. So everything is fine on that, right? Network. Whatever, you have to click that button. Now you're gonna have to do this a couple times, right? But this is basically your firewall, and this is your internal network, everything connected to it. If you have to replay that section again, go ahead. But this is network set up now. Now we're gonna start this. It wants me to start it, and this is where it was getting tricky from the book. It doesn't go right from the book, especially when it didn't have all those settings right. But if this boots up the first time, it'd be great. But I don't think it is, because I have to get rid of that file. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. So you press accept on that. Install pfSense. Press OK. This is all going to be default stuff. Auto. Um, this is the only thing I think you have to change. Or maybe no. We'll do that one. Let me see. Just keep pressing OK. Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit different. Alright, I think this has to be. I think this has to be this auto UFS one. Yeah. Select partition scheme. And probably want to do BSD labels. Yeah, that one. Let's see. Now we're going to go to. So yeah, you have to go to, since we use the disk, you have to do the UFS, and you got to go to the BSD labels, boot it. Once you get, and then run it, install it. Now it's installed. Now we have to come here, and I'm going to close this, right? I'm going to power off this machine. Okay. I'm going to come in here in the settings, go into your storage, and let me see, hold on. Okay, we want to remove this pfSense CE in the storage settings, right? So we want to go here, settings, storage, this. We want to just remove this. Right click it, remove. Okay, it's okay. Now this should boot up. Let's see. Hopefully I installed it right. Let's see if it boots up. Now, if you've never done this before, this is, I mean, when you're troubleshooting, this is all very confusing. Okay, so now, yeah, it gave me my WAN, my LAN. It gave me all my stuff, so this is configured right. Now, when you're installing this, so that's up and running. So when you're installing this, okay, um, follow the steps, pause, go back. But the book is wrong. I mean, it's not wrong. It's just outdated. It's old or something, or it needs more power, more CPUs. But you have to add two CPUs. You have to have more RAM since you got more CPUs. I think I don't know. Makes sense to me. Then you got to do I would do this UTC time. That play doesn't matter, but then your storage. I'm sorry, your network. You have to bridge adapter. This is going to pull up your name of your Wi-Fi. If not, you have to Google to find that. It's in your settings. That's easy to find on your computer. And then allow all, and then your cable connected, right? Your adapter 2 is your internal network, and the name is in it. It's going to call it internal network. And then allow all cable. So this allow all cable also has to be on the same on all of them. And that's it, right? You're when you're installing it, okay, you need to, since with the way we set it up, you need to use the UFS, not the first one, but the second one I picked. So go through that, see what I picked, then keep pressing OK, and then go to the BSD um, labels. Click on that one since it's a BSD firewall. Click on that one, and then allocate the whole gigabytes to it. It asks you do it, and then it'll install. Once it's done and it says okay, do you want to open this up in shell or you want to reboot it, you go up to the, or you right click on it or whatever, and you shut down that, you shut it down. Okay, that's important. Then you go into settings and you go to your storage, and then this one's going to have that pfSense CE. You need to right click that, delete it, close it. See, this one doesn't have it. It'll have it though. Close it, and then restart it, and it should boot up. Okay, that's how you do that one. Now, if you have any problems with that, now this is the fast version of this video. You can go to the ethical hacking book series videos I have, and video 1 and video 2 will go through a tremendous amount of troubleshooting all this crap, and it was terrible because nobody's gonna tell you, and you're just trying to figure it all out on my own, and all that stuff just took forever. But it's a good. You'll see the way I troubleshot everything, and it's good if you want to learn how to troubleshoot stuff. Okay, so my channel's about, but this is going to be the fast version. So now we'll go to the next thing, and so this is the most hardest thing because it's finicky. Okay, setting up Metasploit. So then now you're gonna go to your Metasploitable. I already have it downloaded, but Metasploitable is at HTTPS. Make sure it's HTTPS. SourceForge.net. pause the video, zoom in on this or whatever, or look at this. Exploitable project SourceForge. And you're going to download the Metasploitable Linux Ubuntu 64. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna press download, or you can look down here for the, I think this goes to, it goes to the options. Oh, actually, it downloaded it, so boom, I want to cancel that, because, so you just go to say download Metasploitable. That's it. You just click download, downloads it. Go to here, download that Linux, or look around and find the Linux one, right? I mean, um, version 2. Although newer versions of Mespler are available, we'll use version 2. It's easier to set up. So version 2, I think, is this one. How would you look up to find version 2? Views, summary, Metasploitable 2, Linux. Okay, yeah. So this is telling you what that is. So this is the version 2. I want to use version 2 apparently. So go to this one and use it. I don't really use Metasploitable a lot. I mean, it's fun and it can be really, 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 really fun. I don't use it a lot, but we're gonna use it in this one. But I don't think it matters what version on this one. Um, all right. So now we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Okay, so we're gonna click the new button. Set your machine's name to Metasploitable Linux Ubuntu 64. Okay, so we're gonna open this. We'll make a new one after you downloaded that file, right? And then you put it in your little VM folder or wherever. You can do it straight after downloads. It don't matter. I like to keep mine organized. So this one, it wants you to call it Metasploitable. I want to call mine Meta S, because I already have a Metasploitable file in this location here. I don't feel like going and deleting it, so I'm going to call it Meta S. I know what that is. You can call it whatever you want, but make sure you know that it's your Metasploitable. Okay, and type, we're going to take that, we're going to turn it to Linux, and we're going to do the Ubuntu 64. We'll go here, Ubuntu 64-bit. That's the one it wants. So we're going to get that one. Next. So how much memory does this say to have? So I'm going to look at my cheat sheet, because I'm not going to go off of the book. The book's all jacked up. So it's one CPU. Okay, so this memory is fine, or the RAM base memory, and then your CPUs is fine the way it is. One CPU. Okay. Next. Next, we're gonna go to let's see what it says. Use an existing virtual hard disk. VMB exception. Okay, so now we're gonna come here. Yeah, firewall's running nice. Okay, this is not the one we want. I'm gonna click here. We're gonna add. We're gonna click on that little thing, and I'm gonna go to mine where I have my that unzip folder. And you remember how to unzip it and all that. Mine is already unzipped. I'm gonna do the Metasploitable newest one I just downloaded, so it's gonna be these are both the same. I'm gonna get the newest one. 9.8. Splittable 2 Linux. So this is your virtual machine disk format VMDF. All right, so um, I clicked on it and it didn't want to work because I didn't extract the files right. But when you downloaded this from here, okay, and you put it in your little VM thing, or you just straight extracted it in your downloads, and um, now you're looking for your in here. You're going to be looking for your um, when you click on this little thing here, you're going to be going wherever you extracted that file's contents at, right? Okay. You're going to extract it by, right clicking after we did the 7-zip, or using any other kind of, you know, um, extraction application. And so let's say, for instance, this metasplittable, you're probably going to extract all, and it's going to ask you where or whatever, and it's going to use 7-zip to do it or whatever. So if you extracted it all right, okay, then you should see this file. I had a problem, I didn't do it right, but you should see that file when you click on use existing virtual hard disk. You're going to come here, you're going to add, you're going to go wherever your thing is at. Mine is in virtual machines and in here, right? And there it is. And it's going to be a it's going to be a blue box with nothing around it, right? And you're going to click on that, open it. You want to look at all virtual hard disk, whatever. Okay, now it added it here, so I'm going to click on that, choose. Now it's there. But if you look at it, if you can't do all that, it's only 8 gigabytes. So you can just create a hard disk, give it 8 gigabytes. Okay, and then when you set this up, or when we run it, it'll work the same. Okay, it's no difference. This one's just using that metasplittable VMDK file. It's got normal and 8 gigabytes. We're going to use that. And go next. Okay, and we're finished. And that added that. That made your metasplittable. Now we're going to start this. Actually, we're going to go to your network settings. Okay, and look at let's look at all this stuff. Floppy hard disk. Okay, so your basic Linux. Yep, this is all good. System. Floppy optical hard disk. That's right, in that order. And you're gonna enable that, and that's fine. Okay, so these are fine. Storage is fine. Now your network, you're gonna connect it to your internal network. This is the name of it. You're gonna do the same thing. Allow all cable connected. This one doesn't need to, because two networks adapters, because it's just connected to your internal network. All right. All right, it should look like that when we log in, and it's MSF admin, right? So now let's start it up and see if it boots. Now I had problems with this one the first time I installed it. I had some kind of biopic problem, And if I get that biopic or whatever, neopic, it was neopic. Yeah, I didn't, so it's great. There you go. So it's MSF admin, and then it's MSF admin. Remember that. That's your to get into Metasploitable. You're locked into it. So press Control CTRL on your keyboard to get out of that. Okay. So if you're stuck in here and you can't move your little thing because you're stuck inside this VM, you press your Control on your right on your keyboard and it gets you out of it. Okay. Control button. So that that booted up. Now we're gonna go to the next one. We're almost done. This is not really that long of a video. I figured it'd be about an hour, but this is cool once you set it up. Okay, so now we'll set up the Kali box. Now this is your hacker box. Okay, your first two boxes we set up was your firewall for this little virtual box network you have. Then your Metasploitable server that we're gonna hack later on in the book or whatever. If you want to hack it yourself, okay, you can Google that. But now we're going to set up your hacker box, right? Your Kali Linux box, which is the funnest part. And you're going to go to here. I've already got mine. And so you're going to go to www.kali.org. You can pause this here. Write down this link. Type it in. Or you can type in get Kali Linux, get Kali Linux. That's it, and it's usually at www.kali.org. Okay, it's not hard to find. Now you're gonna click on installer images. No, I'm sorry, virtual machines, not the installer images. This is, I think, bare bones goes onto your laptop, right onto it. And that's a different video. But right now we're going to do the virtual machines because we got a little virtual machine box. So this is another virtual machine, Kali Linux. You click on that, okay? Then you're going to pick VirtualBox. See this? Because this is what we have. We're putting it on VirtualBox. Now I can put it on VMware because I have VMware too. And I guess Hyper-V is a Windows one. And then QEMU is another one. But we're doing VirtualBox. And you know what? I didn't like VirtualBox at the start, but I like it now. It's simple, it's easy, and it's free. Okay, so you're just gonna download. You're gonna click this button here, download. You're gonna get the download, and you're gonna do the same thing. Okay, same thing. You're gonna put it in where your little VMs are. If you're gonna leave it in your downloads, you're gonna right click, extract there in your downloads, right? Okay. Then you're gonna come here, and we're gonna go to the next one, new. Okay, and we're gonna call this Hacker Box. I'll call it Hacker Box, right? I'm gonna select the image. Go to other. I'm gonna go to where we have our little. Oh, this one's opening up. It already knows. And mine is this one, this new one. I just did this. So, maybe this doesn't need an ISO image. Let me see. Okay, so this one wants me to open it up by clicking on that file, but we can do is we can add, we can go to Hacker Box. Okay. How did I do that? So, um, that's the one I just named right now? Hackerbox? Whoa. That's weird. Have I had one that name already? Alright, I'm gonna delete this. Because, I don't think that doesn't make sense to anybody. So, I'm gonna follow these instructions. So, it wants me to just go in there and open up the OVA file. So, make this small. Come over here. Go to down, wherever you have your that ISO image you just downloaded. Mine is again in virtual machines. This is the one for. Oh, this is the newest version. Okay, this is my newest version, and it said the OVA file. The OVA file and opening it. I don't know if that's the red one. Let's see if it's this one. Oh, this one. Yeah, okay, so it's your virtual box machine definition. So it's your blue one. I'd open that up. Now we're going to set up the adapter. And knocking on that door. Kelly. HD optimal. So let's go to settings. Linux Debian 64 system, and I want mine to be hard disk optical. That looks good. Oh man, USB tablet, but mouse. I don't know why. Just leave that the way it was. These are good. How many processors do we need? 2 processors. And you need to enable PAE NX. So you need to click on this. 2 processors. Okay? On your Kali box. Then your storage is fine. Network. Okay, so now we're going to connect this to what? Our internal network again. That's the same name. Same thing. Allow all. Connect cable connected. That's it. I want to look at the UTC time. Yeah. So just have it all, everything on UTC time. Now, I want to rename this. Can I not? Man, I'll just leave it like that. I guess when you do a new one, you just go into your ISO image and you pick it out of there. So we'll do the same thing. Let's see. Oh, nope. You don't need an ISO image. All right, this is all set up. Let's do it the way I did it. Now let's try to power that up. You can do it either way. You guys can mess with it. The Kali Linux box is easy to set up. Um, it's not the hardest one. This one has two processors though, and how much uh, storage? 80 gigabytes. So it's got 80 gigabytes. So you just give it 80 gigabytes. Unless you don't have that many gigabytes, then if you don't have that many gigabytes, you need to get a better laptop, or you can't run any of this stuff efficiently. So that powered up. Okay, it's on my network now. I'm gonna come here to view, full screen mode. Oh yeah, so this one already had my file on it. Nice. You're not gonna have this, mine, because yours is gonna be a different virtual machine. So I still had my virtual machine files. I just didn't have this main thing. So I'm going through the steps and showing you how to configure everything. I still had to reconfigure everything. So, um, okay, now, yeah, see, it's trying to draw a lot of RAM. Okay, so now do the next one. Okay, that was that one. Started up, setting up Ubuntu. Go here, same thing. Pause it, HTTPS, ubuntu.com, download desktop. Okay. I'm just going to accept all because I don't care. It's HTTPS. I'm going to check the connection. Yeah, it's fine. I've done this before. Then you're going to go down to. You're going to download this one with the little octopus. Okay, desktop includes torrents, network installer. So you're gonna press download on this one. Download to something. Okay, once you download, same deal. You're gonna either open it, extract it all in your downloads. You probably already got the hang of all this, or you're gonna copy it and paste it where your virtual machines are, like I did, in its own little folder. And then you're gonna do the same thing. Okay, you're gonna run through the same thing, except this one you're gonna do new button, right? So you're gonna go to new. We're gonna call this Ubuntu. Ubuntu victim. Okay, next we don't need the ISO image. We're gonna do Linux Ubuntu 64. Okay, because that's what it's saying. Linux Ubuntu 64 wants 2048 RAM, megabytes of RAM, 10 gigabytes hard drive. Remember to attach the ISO image. Now this is not true. That's why these books are sometimes messed up. This is outdated, right? So that's why I'm going to show you how to, what I troubleshot, and that's how I figured it out. Let's keep going. All this is good. One CPU. Next. Okay, so you're not going to use this create. You're going to go to use existing. Now, you're going to go here and you're going to add, and you're going to go to wherever you have your extracted zip folder for this, right? Same thing, same routine. And you're going to find this red Ubuntu file, the virtual disk image. You're going to find the red one for your Ubuntu stuff. I already have mine. It's right here because I've already done this 5 times already and went back on this video and had to redo it. So use existing virtual hard disk. Next, so Ubuntu victim 64, one CPU, whatever, finish. Now we created it. Now we're gonna start it up, and we have to install it. But we're gonna see if it even starts. It might not start. I'm gonna have to redo this video. I mean, redo this section. And thank God it started. If you guys have any questions or whatever, you gotta go back and watch the video real slow. So yours, it's gonna have a thing in the middle right here. Like when you start it, it's gonna ask you to set up um, a username and password. Then when you get into this screen, it's gonna have a screen here that says install or try. Install it. Just install it. And then that's it. Boom, you're done. Then your Ubuntu is working. I had to skip that because I used the same image that I've had already. Because when I deleted it, I had problems, and when I tried to extract it, I had problems. So I just used the same one I had. But you won't have any problems when you extract that file that you get. Okay. But so this is it. This is your Ubuntu desktop. Okay, and you've got all your stuff running. Now this will say give it 10 gigabytes and all that. You don't want to do all that. Remember the ISO image? That's not true. Follow the steps I showed you. You're going to look for that little red file. Ubuntu requires slightly more disk space, whatever. Start up the Ubuntu machine, select your desired language. It's going to look like this. Try Ubuntu, install Ubuntu. You click on install Ubuntu. Shut down the virtual machine, you won't need it. Okay, but after you install Ubuntu, it's going to install. Username, password, boom, you're done. And this is your first hack, but if you follow my ethical hacking book series, video 3 or 4 or 5, whatever one, I do this backdoor. So, we're done. We're done. Now, I'm going to make a snapshot of my system now because I had to reinstall everything, and deleted my virtual box, but I still had all these files, right? And but I wanted to make a video to show you guys how to quickly, I would say, because this took me 2 days and like 3 or 4 videos, to troubleshoot through this book on how to set up a virtual machine that's connected together in a with a firewall and a little inner network with the bridge connection, for simulating victims and hacking, for ethical hacking, or just practice hacking, right? And that's how you do it. Now, if you guys have any questions, and you need help with this or something didn't work, you can put the comments in there, and I'll see if I can help you. I'll answer your comments. Don't be shy. Just do it. Being able to set up one of these virtual machines is not easy for beginners, and a little network like this is not easy for beginners. It's not easy for intermediates. It's not even easy for advanced. These things are tricky sometimes. They suck. And even making this quick video like I was trying to do, I ran into a bunch of issues that I'd never seen before. So I had to troubleshoot those. And you're most likely going to run into a bunch of issues no matter what, right? Especially if you're doing this multiple times, because I had multiple files that I had to delete, or I had to re-extract, or I had to update and all that. Okay, but you should be fine if you follow the structure of this. And you're basically downloading these zipped files from their source, putting them somewhere and extracting them, then taking them out of there in that directory, and following the steps that through the video of what needs to have what, and the how that we set the network up. That's basically it. Now you're ready to rock and roll, and you could use this little network that's free. All this is free, man, and it's just beautiful. And you can use this network, this little virtual network, and I recommend shutting everything down after you set it up, right? Because you don't want people trying to hack into your stuff either. That's a different story, but or whatever. But and it runs. This is running on your same box, so all this RAM is running in the background that you allocated to it, 16 megabytes. Even though it's not a lot, it's still running in the background. So you want to shut it all down, right? You can use this little network, virtual network, to practice your hacking. You can add to it. Okay, so if I'm working on another book, okay, for instance, I'm working on Python 101, okay, I can use that Kali Linux box, or I can go to, since this is not using Kali Linux, this is using Windows, and I don't want to use my Windows box, my actual computer. I can put in a Windows VM right here, and I can open that up and use that to practice. I can put in the Windows box here, and I can hack into it from my Kali box. Practice hacking into it. I can set up its firewall with vulnerabilities. I can set it up really hard to hack. I can do whatever I want, and I can hack all of this in my little private network. This is the beauty of it, okay? So this video was really tough to make. That's why you keep seeing all these hacker stuff, hacker gifs and stuff being spliced in here. It's me going back and fixing something that I forgot or something. I forgot to show you the networking setting up for your Ubuntu victim, right? Now, if you can guess, it's the same thing as all the rest of them, but we're not in the business of guessing. Okay, so you're gonna go in your setup. So I had to come back for those people who are like, wait a minute, what about the network? Adapter 1, enable network adapter. You're gonna come in here. See, I didn't even set mine up. You're gonna go to internal network, and you're gonna allow all cable, right? Now, you can try to just allow VMs, but I tried it and I don't think that works. Allow all is the only one that allows you to see what's on the network when you're hacking, I guess. I don't know. So that's set up. So now that network is set up. It's the same as all the rest of these two, except for the firewall. The firewall is a bridge that connects these to your Wi-Fi, right? So that's it. That should be the video. And I didn't forget anything now, so you're all straight. And that was HackTheFile. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.